Yo, 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 what it do is popping. It's the undeniable, reliable, the one and only Trigger Trey Knight.
And this your boy, Blackout Jones. Hey, we got this chopped and screwed edition for you today.
And I'm Mr. 211. Remember, that is my drink of choice, not my weight.
And y'all already know who it is. It's your boy Carlito the Cannon.
Cannon.
We're not even going to go through all of it because we got so much to talk about. But y'all already know we the Carolina Wrestling Cartel, and you listening to Beyond the Bell. What's going on, fellas?
What's popping?
You know,
making it
a crazy day today.
A lot of future endeavors.
Crazy 2 weeks. Crazy, yeah. We took a week off. We had some emergencies and things going on. We took a week off, and the world of wrestling just exploded around us.
I was getting ready to say that.
We got some returns. We got some departures. We got a lot to talk about. Let's go ahead and jump into it. Jade Cargill is gone from AEW.
Good for her.
And apparently, we don't trust dirt sheets. But apparently is on her way up north. It feels good to be able to say somebody's going up north or down south again. That's the one beautiful thing about AEW coming back, because they're Florida-based. So if somebody leaves from WWE, they're going down south. But apparently Jade Cargill is headed on up north. How do we feel about that?
Well, I would like to start. So
go ahead, historian. Go ahead.
This is how I feel about it. We're back on this.
I called it last year. Just want to throw that out there. I called it last year. But go ahead, Black.
That's fine. You did. But we it's kind of funny how we're in the Cody situation again.
Oh Lord, here we go. That
we are in the Cody situation again.
That we are.
Folks, now that this individual is going to the WWE, oh my God, I want to see her against Bianca. Oh my God, I want to see her against Rhea Ripley. Oh my God, I want to see her with this and that. When you don't understand, she still has a lot of work to do in that ring. Now, can she talk? Does she have that it factor? Yes, she does. But do you want her? Because let's face it, we all were on that Nia Jax. Oh my God, she will hurt you because she's still green as all get out. Because that's what's going to happen if Jay gets in there. Somebody's going to get hurt, and you're not going to. And like I was saying off camera, I said this. I said, everybody's excited, or most people are excited that she's going up there. But let's face it, when I hear people say, well, when she go to WWE, she's going to get trained and, she's going to look great. Hey, man, look, understand who she got trained by at AEW. Understand that. So it's like when we talked about in the other a couple episodes previously, right, when we talked about Britt Baker, and we tried to figure out why is she not getting better, or why she's not better with her husband being Adam Cole. It gets to a point where you either got it or you don't. So who's to say if she goes to WWE, she's going to get any better?
True.
So to counter your point, there's a difference between getting part-time. I mean, and don't get me wrong, getting it from Bryan Danielson, absolutely. But there's a difference between getting part-time training and moving to Florida and eating, sleeping, living, and breathing in the performance center. Like there's a big difference. We're not going to say that she's going to get astronomically better, because there are some talents on the roster who went through the entire farm system. I'm a big fan of this person, but she's not the best in the ring. Indy Hartwell. She's not the best, but you've seen where she's gotten better. But there's a difference between being in that system. They go down there, going in the ring and working through the paces and training for a couple of hours, maybe twice a week. With Bryan Danielson is not the same as Monday through Friday. You're putting in hours, grinding, training, because let's not forget down there, they take training just as seriously as they do, as seriously as they do the actual learning of the business. So her workout regimen, her dieting, everything is different when you get to that performance center. So I think she's gonna get better regardless, just because of the amount, like the sheer amount of what's behind the machine that they're going to put behind her, I think she's going to get better.
So we can't consider. So I guess I don't know if I'm not gonna put them on the same level, but what about the Nightmare Factory?
Okay, question. Who have we had come out of the Nightmare Factory that is like I need a name.
Cody Rhodes.
I don't who?
Say Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? Like exactly. So it's weird because it's like, do we know the Nightmare Factory is a thing? Absolutely. Just like Sean Spears has a school with Tyler Breeze. Phenomenal. But we know what the PC can do. Like we've seen what the PC can churn out. You know what I mean, T? Like we got Grayson Waller coming out of there, who's damn decent in the ring. And on the mic too.
Now, are we talking about people that have wrestled on the independents and then come to the performance center?
So that's the thing. Now, technically speaking, she would be almost in the same vein. Not saying AEW is
because she was fresh out. Like
Not saying AEW is the indies by any means, by any stretch. So I don't want y'all running out and being extra. But she's coming from a wrestling background now. She did it a full year, and she was put in spotlight prime position. So she's already ahead of the game of some of the people who were on the indie circuit because she has the television presence. She has the know-how. She has, like, I just feel like she's going to get better. Everything that she could do presentation-wise in WWE is going to get extrapolated. Is going to get improved upon. Extrapolated.
Okay.
Yeah, look, I'm sorry. Look, change my name to Mr. SAT.
Word of the day.
Word of the day, guys. Extrapolate. Look it up. Everything that she can do right now, they're gonna build upon. And promo class, she's gonna get better in promos. It's just, I can't see if she's serious. If she is serious, I can't see a way that she's going here and it's not gonna improve. Just because, it's Sean.
I mean, it depends. Like I was telling Black offline, it just depends on your mentality of who you want to work with and what you want to do, especially when you see your level and see where you're currently at. Like, yeah, she was put in a spotlight. Yeah, she was put in prime time. Yeah, she was, in a sense, given a Goldberg reign as far as being a woman, dominant woman. But you look at it on a perspective of like, all right, I'm having nothing but squash matches, less than 10-minute matches, and not having anything that's in ascension connecting with the fans. I mean, you get kind of tired of that. And like I explained to Black, I think from her perspective, maybe is that, all right, I've been the TBS women's champion. What's the next step? The women's champion.
The women's championship, and she never got a match. She never even got a match for that belt.
And then you got people that may be on the same wavelength as her, or maybe less or even better, that have been in that position and she's never gotten a shot. I mean, I get it. You were giving her this long reign, but in a sense, you kind of question yourself, like, how do you really see me? Do you see me like I'm very green, like, hey, I'm working, I'm trying to do this, but in a sense, like you said, it was kind of like part-time training, not nothing that you can say is on a steady schedule. Like, hey, you're coming in, you're doing this, you're working, and you're going from there. Don't get me wrong. Bryan Danielson, one of the best talents there is that can teach you
ever.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Even when William Regal was there, I know he took
another ever.
But even then, it's like you can get that you can get that training from a man. But what about from a woman's perspective? Because you're going to.
We already know Sarah Del Rey is the greatest, possibly the greatest women's wrestler ever. And when I say wrestler, I mean in between the ropes, not professional wrestler, not sports entertainer. I mean in between the ropes, the bell rings, catch can wrestling. There's not for my money's worth, there's not a better wrestling woman on the planet. So if you're going to learn from anybody, I'm damn sure okay with her learning from Sarah Del Rey.
I can see that. But
the good thing for Jade, the good thing for Jade is her Goldberg experiment is over. Like if we remember after Goldberg lost to Nash, his entire mystique and aura was gone. It was like we just after that. That's when the fans started turning on him because it was like, okay, well, what do you have left to offer now other than 5-6 minute matches? That's gone for her now. She's already lost. She's lost twice now. Like she lost back-to-back matches after she took an extended break. So now you bring her in. That's just like with the Asuka run. After Asuka's undefeated run, everybody was like, okay, what's next? And the booking stagnated. Sorry. The booking slowed down because
bro, say the word.
What do you do after somebody? You said what?
I said, bro, say the word, bro. Nobody cares.
Bro, no, because I've been told that I use too many SAT words when I'm talking. Yeah, like I've been told that by a couple of people now, so I'm trying to make sure that I'm using layman's terms. But seriously though, her booking stagnated. Like I like, do y'all remember after Asuka finally lost to Charlotte, and it was like, okay, well, what does she do now?
But that's not just with one. Like that's with a lot of people. Even with
that's the undefeated. That's why I despise the undefeated monster run. I will never be okay with that. Like Omos.
After Bianca, well, even during Bianca's, I would say second reign, you was like, all right, what's next? Who can she run against? That's
why I'm glad they gave her a break. Like I'm glad she has a break now for a reset because, but that's the good thing about Jade. Jade took that break. I wish when she came back, she wouldn't have lost to Chris Statlander again. I wish she might have, had a throwaway match or something, or have an AEW Women's Championship match and lose to Saraya. That's okay because she's the head honcho, and if you're going out, you should go out on your back. That's just the way you get back to the business. But losing to Chris Statlander again for the throwaway title on a randomly thrown together Rampage match.
Yeah,
that does nothing for her on the way out. Which, I mean, realistically, business-wise, that's the best. That's the best way to do it. You don't want to give WWE any extra momentum off of her, off of her momentum. Yeah. So,
well,
I mean, I understand it.
She could pull a James Harden. You never know. She could have just been like, well, I just been doing me for a little bit, and she comes out, shocks everybody. Like her whole demeanor's changed. She's not saying that she's like FAW because she already said that it was just everything is going out on good terms. She's leaving, and we'll never probably get the reasons why we got the situation of her coming to WWE. But even then, as
Cody, it's Cody. Like we know this. Like it's Cody.
Well, Cody's going to end up getting Ricky too.
She's going and Ricky's going to follow suit. You heard it here. We're putting this on wax. Ricky's going to follow suit eventually. What's good, too?
Oh no, I just said you heard it here first.
Oh,
you heard it here first. Like you heard it here. We put it on wax. It is Ricky Starks is going to follow suit. Cody, not saying Cody's recruiting, but Cody brought these people in. They're gonna just like I fully expect Matt Cardona to eventually end up back in the E. I fully expect it.
Oh no, he the
I don't know. He making money.
He the indie king. He making bread. But let's be real. For a second. Let's be real.
If Vince, if Vince
is gone,
there's a lot of people that might come back.
There's a lot of people that might come back. But let's be real. Drew, Cody, Adam Cole, all made money on indies. They were all fine. They were booked. But where did they end up back at? Well, other than Adam Cole, but where did he end up? AJ Styles. Look at that belt behind Black. That is one of the most prestigious world titles you can ever hold. Where did he come to? Like, realistically, we all know eventually, don't matter what you do out here, Lashley was making bread. And Impact let him fight in Bellator while he was signed. They gave him everything he wanted. But where did he end up back at? Let's AEW is a great alternative. That's why I keep saying I don't care about the competition aspect. Create an alternative. Let's give these people somewhere else to be. But where do they all end up back eventually?
Home.
They
all come home.
Bro, listen, if the Ultimate Warrior can hold a grudge with Vince for 30 years and still come back home, everybody coming back home.
I'm going to save that
one. AJ's the exception, though.
AJ is
his
the
home
exception
is.
to the rule just
Yeah, we know what his
because
home is.
you know what though, and we have to talk about. We'll talk about that next episode because I want to present a question that I presented to the Chop Shop, but we've never talked about on air. I'm gonna save that question for next episode.
AJ
Because
did
it is a
something
very
velocity one time.
AJ wrestled on Velocity one time. He was, they offered him a developmental deal. He just didn't take it because he didn't want to interrupt his wife's studies. He didn't want to pick up his whole family and move down to Florida. Which, hey, hey, salute to that because you stood on your grind. You grinded it out for 12 years. You made Impact what Impact was. You went to New Japan and became the face of the Bullet Club. You had 2 illustrious world title runs. You had that phenomenal match with Shinsuke Nakamura.
Oh my God.
Like you did so much. And then AJ did so much that there was nowhere else for him to go.
But
except for the E. So he's the exception. Yeah. But we're not gonna have that many people that have an AJ Styles career. That have an AJ Styles career outside of the E come into the E.
I mean, because
like he did all of it on his own,
right?
Which is salute to AJ Styles. Personally, I don't rock with the guy, but
anymore.
Anymore. No, I used to have every piece of AJ Styles merchandise. I had the gloves, I had the shirts, I had the sleeveless hood that I had all of that. I had all of that. I was Mr. I Am.
What Wrestle Kingdom was that when he fought Shinsuke? Was it 10?
I think it was 12 because I think I went to 10, so I think it was 12.
Okay, I got that. I got that mask.
That mask. That's what I'm saying. Like, we're not gonna have to. I'm gonna be honest. We may never have another AJ Styles, someone who cut their teeth and became such a name that they won the WWE title in their first year in the company. Outside and was the face of another company. That's the thing.
It was
like I was ready to say because Sheamus wanted to.
It was
like
10.
It was 10. Okay, good. It's weird because looking at AEW top to bottom right now.
Tried it. Not playing stuff.
MJF pretty much is the guy. Is pretty much the guy there, right? Like MJF is the guy.
Yeah.
He's the guy.
But is he the guy? Like when we talk about the guy, who's the guy in WWE?
Roman.
Undisputed. No, is MJF that guy in AEW?
Yeah, I say he is.
He's getting there. He's been doing some media lately.
Well, I wouldn't say he's getting there. I would say he's already there. Like you have nobody else. I mean, if anything, if you would say that guy would have been CM, I would say it probably would have been CM Punk.
So he's the guy. So he's the guy.
This storyline has made him the guy.
I think this storyline has elevated him. Yeah. But you see how we're having a conversation about ifs. We don't do that with Roman.
Right.
Like it's Roman. Yeah.
And then secondary would be Cody.
And it's not even a secondary. Roman's like 1, 2, and 3. And then Cody. And you know what I mean? Like Roman is so head and shoulders above everybody that it's like, even if he loses the belt to someone, he's still because they're saying, well, let Cody beat him at the Royal Rumble and then let The Rock and him wrestle at WrestleMania. You're still trying to put Roman in that spot. But in AEW.
So 3 years ago, was Roman the guy?
Roman was the guy when he came back.
Right.
Once Wreck Everyone and Leave came and Show Up and Win came.
That was a wrap.
That was it. Like when he came out at SummerSlam and speared the Fiend and Braun Strowman, that lets you know that Roman was something we'd never seen before, but he was the guy. Like he was the attitude, the swagger, and then he aligned with Paul Heyman, and he went from the guy to the guy.
So you're referring to like right when Roman came back? Or you mean like at the time when he was gone for a little bit, his presence was still lingering, but while he was gone, was he still the guy? In a sense.
No, I'm talking about like, we talk about MJF and storyline and where I feel like he became the guy. I feel like the bloodline storyline that, like you said, when he hooked up with Paul Heyman, that really elevated him to here we go.
So it's weird because
is it weird?
It's weird. It's weird. Well, no, and because I'm trying to make sure I word this right. Roman has been the guy 5, 6, 7 years.
But did the fans
didn't think he was.
They embrace him to be the guy.
So, and that's the thing, though. But see, that's the thing, though. Just because the fans don't embrace you, don't mean you're not the guy. Because realistically, Cody was the guy when he was there, but the fans weren't embracing him. But he was still the guy. Like Cody was it. When new talent came in, who'd they face?
They faced Cody,
who had a whole storyline built around him that he couldn't challenge for the world title, so he made the TNT title basically the A title.
Yeah.
Like even if the fans don't embrace, it doesn't necessarily mean you're not the guy. Because being the guy is having the company, put the mantle on you. We don't always embrace the guy. That's just like in the 90s. Brett was
the guy.
Realistically, of the new generation, Brett was the guy. Realistically, like Brett was the guy in the new generation.
He was.
But fans wanted Shawn Michaels. That's who we wanted.
They wanted the new. They wanted the young, the youth. They didn't want
the old.
I don't want to say boring Brett, but
I mean that's what it was at that point. Boring Brett.
Hey, technical Brett.
Technical Brett. Yeah. Technical Brett. In WCW. There was that stretch where there was no guy until Hogan came in. But if we had to say there was a guy, it was Sting. It was either Sting or Flair. Yeah. But but there was no guy. Hogan came and became the guy.
And those two seemed like they were the guys, Sting and Flair.
The guys, and then neck and neck. And then 96-ish. Fans were tired. Fans were tired of babyface Hogan. But he was still the guy. So that's when I ask about MJF, when I say the guy, I mean, is he the guy that it feels like AEW?
Vince Russo became the guy. Bless it.
He said he was world champion.
Vince Russo was WCW champ, unfortunately.
God,
terrible booking.
I'll take David Arquette over, dude.
Exactly.
I remember watching that. I was like, "What?"
Anyway, let's.
He said, "Let's move on, America."
Yeah, let's get.
In other news.
But no, seriously about Jade though. Congratulations on everything, because I didn't even know her and her husband own a professional softball team.
Oh, I didn't know. I know he's a professional baseball player, but I didn't know they own the team.
I ain't know.
They own a professional softball team as well. So that's another reason why she kind of stepped away to get back into management, that and everything. Like, congratulations to everything that she's doing.
Yeah.
I'm happy for her.
Yeah.
Same here. I hope the move to the E works for her. I'm still gonna be just as critical of her in ring as I was in AEW. I mean, y'all know me. I stand 10 toes. If I feel a way about you, you changing organizations that's not gonna help nothing. If anything, it's gonna make me look harder at your shortcomings, because I want to see, okay, did you just run from something to try and get some polish or whatever, or is this really a better move for you? I do feel like presentation-wise, WWE is the place for her.
It is.
AEW does not have the level of marketing and presence in the media and entertainment spectrum as WWE. It's not their fault. They're still a new company. But let's be honest, you're not seeing AEW guys on Monday Night Football. You're not seeing AEW people on College Game Day. You're not we got to get to a point to where sponsorships, the Slim Jim stuff with LA Knight. You're not seeing those things with AEW talents as of right now. Eventually,
if they get,
I would be remiss to say, I don't think they're gonna get there, because I think that's, of course, the overall. That's why this whole deal with Max and all this stuff that's trying to come and take shape. That's why it is, because they realize they got to get that. But presentation for Jade Cargill, who it just looks like she was cut from granite, and is sexy as all hell.
Greek god.
WWE is the place for her.
Goddess.
That's what I was gonna say earlier when we were talking about it. Because every now and again, for no reason at all, this woman would show up dressed like a Thundercat or dressed like She-Hulk or dressed like, something crazy. And just like I say, for no reason at all. They'll let her do that mess, you know what I'm saying? She can get better in the ring, you know what I'm saying? But I'm an entertainment guy. So, you know what I'm saying? Her, just like you said, her presentation is gonna be off the charts when they get
off the charts. I feel like we have, and if I'm wrong, y'all correct me. But I feel like we have, until she gets better in ring, we have this generation's China. And I don't mean like when she first came in WWE. I mean after the plastic surgeries, when she got sexy. We have this generation's China.
Yeah, that's what Trigger Trace said off camera.
It's true.
Did he?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Just like with her presentation, like she has the bells and whistles to make it work, but if you don't change the in ring, if you don't change the way that she is presented in ring, all you're gonna get is a China. Yeah, she was just a mystique to everybody. Like, oh my gosh, it's China.
The ninth wonder of the world.
Yeah,
but
when
again,
you get in ring, you like,
WWE.
that's it. Like that's like.
I mean, to be fair though, that little not cartwheel, but the handspring, back handspring, elbow, it was impressive. I did used to like seeing her pull that out, but other than that, that's it.
I just used to like seeing China.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially, like I said, once she womaned up a little bit more,
it
went makeup and she became more appealing. I was just like, wow. Like I remember from when she bear hugged and almost killed Marlena to, DX, later DX, that China, the metamorphosis of that China it needs to be studied because she had looked like a troll when she first came in, boy. Whew.
Yeah. All right. No China bashing today.
no China bashing. She was a beautiful woman. God rest her soul. Definitely deserving of an independent WWE Hall of Fame induction, not just thrown in with DX.
Yeah.
Take a second. Shout out to the homie Eddie Kingston, your new Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Champion.
I knew the roof
that was a fight. I'm happy. I hope that is it done though? Is it done between them now with the handshake and the presentation of the belt? Is it done?
I think it's done. He finally did the job that he didn't do.
Finally did it. He shook his hand after and he gave him the belt. I hope it's done because I know sometimes it makes for good television, but I hate beef in the industry. Like I don't like it. I understand there's always going to be a competitive nature there.
Yeah.
But I hate real life beef in the industry because it's just like y'all all have a job to do. Y'all basically live together. Like squash it.
Exactly. Be cool.
You know what I mean? Like
life too short, man. Life
too short. Look at I always go back to the Ultimate Warrior. My man made amends after 30 years.
And then
20 years and then died in a parking lot.
The day before, I think his Hall of Fame, was it the day before?
The day after.
No. So he got inducted that Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
He came out that Monday, did his speech, and then died that Tuesday. Like
that was crazy.
Yeah.
I was
like, so my question was always, did you know that you were about to go? And but life is too short, man. So hopefully with Eddie and Claudio, it's done. It's over with. Great match. In my opinion, the match of the night, because I did not like Samoa Joe and MJF.
We'll talk about that on another episode.
We'll talk about that. But I mean, this is the AEW episode, so if we're gonna talk about it, because that was something
horrific.
It really was. You know what I mean? The muscle buster on someone with a neck injury, while we know that's what actually put TJ Wilson out of commission permanently.
Yeah.
Come on.
The muscle buster.
The muscle buster, like the pile driver on the floor, the Death Valley driver on the ring apron, which is the hardest part of the ring. Like all of that.
It was a lot.
And then you still shout out to the Liger Bomb though. You know, I always appreciate a good Liger Bomb. But that match was
horrible. And then the whole thing with Adam Cole jumping for what reason when there were steps right there just to twist his freaking ankle.
Now your ankle's toe up. You know, that
me on Twitch.
Yeah, you can go to Twitch. Hey, look, if you would have stayed in WWE, you could be on Twitch right now. You know, if you would have just waited, a little bit longer, you know.
And then
patience is a virtue.
And then we had to give a congrats to the new international champion, Ray Phoenix.
That referee should be fired.
Yeah, Rick Knox.
Yeah, Rick Knox. Yeah.
Rick Knox should be fired. You have like, where were you? Where were you? Like,
I didn't believe it happened. I don't think
he's telling you. He's telling you.
Like, and then you stop the 3 count and do this with this week while the camera is on view of the shoulder. Like, what are you doing?
Look, these camera angles was really like last night, even on Collision, like the whole thing with
Keith Lee.
It was funny.
3, 2. I said, bro, how? Look, 3, 2, and action.
Look, I'm gonna tell you something. We've all watched wrestling for a very long time. That's never happened.
Ever.
Especially not on live TV.
Not on live television, dog. And listen, okay. Listen, if that happens on Rampage, I'm willing to let that slide. This happened on your A show. Hey, can we talk for a second?
You said what?
Go ahead, Black. Go ahead.
I don't know about y'all, but even though this particular man is gone, God, Collision has went down the.
Can we talk about it?
Hey,
the tube.
I said I was gonna give it like a week or two.
You gave it a week or two. And what did I tell you? I told you it don't matter how long you give it. No.
Hey, yeah, the direction just went to down the.
It feels like Dynamite, and it's crazy because now it feels like Dynamite is trying harder to. It's ridiculous.
And then they had to split up Rampage an hour before the show and an hour after the show.
What?
Yeah. They said because a lot of fans were leaving and complaining that they were getting out there at 12 p.m. I mean, 12 a.m.
I mean, dog, understand something. Understand something. That's basically a part-time job. So you want me in the arena at 6:30, 7 o'clock, and I don't leave until midnight?
And you're not paying?
I need some compensation.
Yeah.
Free food?
Can I get a T-shirt?
Look, for the free ski?
Like, sheesh.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. But the direction...
Oh, go ahead.
The direction of Collision is off the rails now, and I don't know how you pull it back without him, because he had so much creative input, and it's so lacking now that it's
worse.
Ain't they gonna put Daniel Bryan in charge of it now?
He was already on the committee.
Whatever.
Yeah, he was one of the writers.
He was already one of the writers of the show in the committee. Like, it was already his job. So now, but it's.
But then you got to worry about morale. Like a lot of people didn't mind him leaving, but a lot of people wanted to work with CM Punk. A lot of people.
Ricky Starks is coming to WWE, like, because he was gonna be one of the premier faces of Collision.
Yeah.
And look at what happened.
Yeah.
See, that's what happens when you mess with.
And
that shall not be named.
And like just
what happens.
Last night showed they have to do a major turnaround. They have to really get their ish together, like ASAP. Get it together, get it right, do your production right. You need to have a meeting with all your talent and say, hey, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what the heck is wrong, but we need to get this together. Well, this is who we got, and if this is who we rocking with, from production to in-ring crew, whatever. Because that last camera cut on the outside before with
the referee.
With the referee looking in the ring, and then the producer on like, hey, just hold up. How do you catch that? How do you show that?
You got to do better.
Look, we was all sitting there looking at last night like
AEW as a whole just got a Blackout Jones going. Ugh, Jesus.
Who's behind all this? Is it Turner or is it people that AEW has hired?
The production is AEW.
Yeah.
Yeah, the production is AEW. And
like,
the production crew.
Yeah, I just don't understand what exactly they were thinking last night. What Collision and last night, I don't know what they were thinking. They were like missing cues.
They weren't thinking.
Or
like
they were or
trying to
somebody
figure out
said
why are they fumbling so much all of a sudden?
All of a
It's a lot
sudden.
going
It's
on
just
with
like
wrestling,
this
bro.
year. This year
Like something's
has
wrong.
just
I would say this, okay? I would say I'm not going to say WWE has them shaken or shooketh, but the wrestling business is in a series of a boom, and there's so many options, and I think you kind of feel the fire that anybody can go anywhere and enjoy this more than my product. And when you've been caught up in so much controversy, how much controversy has WWE or Impact been in this year? Not very much.
Nothing.
AEW has stayed in the news. And
the
not for
only
good reason.
thing with WWE is the Vince McMahon situation. That's really it.
Right.
which is still the biggest situation in wrestling, because it's, if we're talking in terms of that needs to be,
But
you
they
know,
haven't
taken care
taken
of
a
it.
downhill dive. They have got record numbers all freaking year.
Yeah.
All year. Even after that. And
I mean, they were gonna stay. They were gonna, because we're all hoping that he leaves. Like we're all, that. Like, I'm sorry, but to the fans of to the you fans that want him to stay,
something wrong with you.
Black, what they got to do, bro?
You got to do better.
Because we talking about someone who, and we've done our best not to show any biases or anything, but come on, he violated some stuff.
He violated. Like, look, put it like this: the way that you love Vince's man, you might as well just love R. Kelly as well.
I'm just saying.
Might as well.
I'm just saying. So to y'all Vince McMahon apologists, y'all can go somewhere.
They trapped in the closet, okay?
But this is what I got.
Yeah.
This is what I got to say about AEW, man. I'm getting to the point where, look, man, quit busting your loads. Just start having long, drawn out storylines. Start having things that make sense now. You have to start now, because it's getting very crucial.
Entertainment.
It's getting real crucial, because now we're in a situation where if Vince McMahon does get removed,
y'all already know what time it is.
If Vince McMahon gets removed from power, then you may just be too late to the dance.
Exactly.
Because now it's going to be revved up even more, and now you're going to have to put.
And you know what?
But at the same time, hopefully it gets to a point where now you can start making sense of your product instead of busting your load week in and week out. Because that's all you're doing. You just want that quick nut, and that's it. You just want that 2 minutes of pleasure, and that's it. Instead of just looking at the long-term effects.
But you know what, though, it might already be too late.
You over.
But that's their mindset.
It might already be too late.
That's their mindset from the jump. They've already said that's not who they are. That's not who they're going to be. They're their own. They do what they do, and this is where you're going to get the.
Right now, what you're doing ain't it.
Exactly.
It right
but
now.
they might
change the mindset of people that already said, like Jericho.
But let's think about it.
Trying to do that no more.
But let's think about it. They might already be too late, because what season is coming? Survivor Series. Survivor Series is right here, and what follows Survivor Series? WrestleMania season. If y'all don't end the year on a high, AEW may never recover if they don't end this year on a high. They're doing some great things with MJF. Shout out to Roderick Strong.
Man,
this is the best. Adam!
and look, and then the bed top.
You're here.
That was
Is
hilarious.
this the best Roderick Strong
Yes.
we're seeing?
Yes, hands down. Hands down.
I love Diamond Mine.
Oh my God.
Get off!
For those who are listening,
Sharon!
just listening,
Sharon!
this man fell out his chair and looked like he hurt.
Listen, bro.
Blackout!
I'm sorry, but this Roddy, I didn't know he had this much charisma. He is selling this, but but the layers of it though. Like Adam Cole was too late to save Roderick Strong's neck, but he's risking life and limb to protect MJF. That's a story.
Yeah.
But they're not talking about it. Why are y'all not like that? It build on that. Kyle O'Reilly is out with a neck injury. Incorporate that. Like, we as fans should not be able to tell a better story than the people that are making hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars a year.
It's a lot of broken necks. It's a lot of broken necks.
Like, I just don't understand. Y'all have AEW has so much stuff on a silver platter. You had Wardlow as the next Batista. You had it.
True.
Wardlow's leaving.
Yeah.
We will be seeing Ward High in NXT soon. Ward High. We will be seeing him soon. Ward High will be in NXT within the next year to 2 years. Powerhouse Hobbs and Miro. That should have been like a best of 7 trilogy for the TNT because I would have been fine with that being for the international championship because it looks like one of those belts that should be fought over prestigiously. Like the TNT title, I'm not gonna say it's lost this because the Menace is doing his darn thing with it right now. Christian is doing his thing.
Okay, I would say it's lost it after Miro held it for a while.
Cause it was at a high when he had it.
Yeah, it was at a high when Miro had it. I love his design. He still has the best design.
Yeah.
Second is Scorpio Sky. I don't rock with him, but that Laker design, the Kobe joint was.
Yeah.
If I
Kobe
could
joint,
I would cop it.
But I might have to cop one of those if I can get one of my Pakistani brothers to make me one. We might have to copy one of those, but. They could have wrestled over the TNT title, but it looks like the international title looks like the 90s Intercontinental. Not same like build style wise, but when you see it and somebody's holding it, it looks like a belt that should be fought over prestigiously.
Right.
Yeah. I would have liked to have seen Powerhouse Hobbs and Miro best of 7 for it. Slobber knockers. You have that right there. Andrade is doing what?
Bro.
Look, the eyebrow raise was so real just now, bro. Look, the eyebrow raise was you couldn't even help it. You couldn't even help it just now because you don't even know.
Because he was on the up, man. He was going somewhere.
And then he got to fussing about this mask.
I mean, that was still decent though, but
I know that ladder match was cool, but
and I mean him and Jay White, I like to see that, but I mean, what's going to come of it? And then on top of that. I didn't watch Collision last week, but the whole remember before Punk left, we had that whole thing with Rush. What's going to happen with that now? Because that was starting to be one of those Lucha Underground type situations.
Right.
Side note, shout out Dario Cueto is coming back to MLW.
Yeah,
very happy for that. He's a great mind in the business. I love the guy. I love the guy.
Yeah.
There's just so much dysfunction and so much that's wrong right now because did we even have an episode where we talked about All Out?
No.
Yeah, we did. Because we talked about Mox. Yeah. We don't even remember because it was so unmemorable.
It was.
It really was. Like, especially after we found out that all-in numbers were inflated.
I knew that the second they put it on.
Shout out to Will Ospreay and that tattoo. My man's got it tatted on him.
What was so crazy? What was so crazy about that? What was so crazy about that? There were people that were really in their feelings about those numbers.
They were upset about it, bro.
Yeah.
Oh no, AEW fans are upset. Well, they still put on a great show. We're not talking about that. We just talking about the fact that it was supposed to be 82,000 in there and it wasn't.
And then
That's what I was
like,
actually thinking about
we
that.
put it on the screen.
What?
It's forever documented.
Anytime you go watch that show now, you gonna see that number and know that's technical foul.
But no, it's just like I was saying. I was.
But don't.
just
I don't know.
driving
I'm not excusing them, but others.
Then don't. I was always taught anything anybody says before "but" is bullshit.
So others haven't inflated numbers.
Why is that always the deflection? Stop doing that. That is a deflection. Well, such and such did it too. That's a deflection. We're not talking about anybody else.
No, what I'm saying is a lot of the people that were talking about those numbers, they put a lot of energy in that.
It was the AEW fans that were doing it. We didn't care.
I'm not.
Professional wrestling fans as a whole were just happy about the number. We were just happy that another show was putting almost 100,000 butts in seats.
It was just clickbait.
We didn't care about the actual number. I didn't care. All I cared about was that they said that they broke the record for a non-WWE show.
Right.
Which even still, I didn't care because I don't care about comparing WWE to AEW. I don't care about that. AEW fans would want, oh yeah, WWE's not doing that. Oh yeah, nobody cares. Overall wrestling fans in totality.
We appreciate
don't care about that.
We appreciated the show.
And that's the thing where they got to stop.
That's where they got to stop.
That's where they got to stop because you get yourself caught up.
Marks.
And that what brings
real quick, because now it just looks like everybody who was so hype about that number. What you got to say now?
And that what brings that's
venom.
Where
that tribalism comes in. That's where the division. Yep.
And it sucks.
That's
bro.
Exactly why.
It really sucks because, like, at the end of the day, and like I said, I'm not one of the ones that's gonna be like, oh well, yeah, we know that was a suck behind number. Yeah, they were. Yeah, I don't care. At the end of the day, it was a good show. They put on a great showing for what they decided to do on an international show. At the end of the day, proud of them. Glad they got a chance to do it. They brought a show somewhere that made profit and gave chances to people who never would possibly either be on that biggest stage.
And even with the number being inflated, you still got 72,000 in there.
Right.
Cool.
That's a celebratory thing right there in its own. But at the end of the day, the best part about all of that AEW did was the marketing.
Right.
Yeah.
It took them way too long to do it.
But they did.
But I love once they put the machine behind it, the way that they attack. It was like a Steve Nash pick and roll. Attack. And I was just like, why are y'all not doing that for individual stars? Why are y'all not where's this 24/7? That was what I took away from it. Was we now know that they know how to push something.
Because that's like, even when he announced Wrestle Dream, you see how quick that card.
Oh, we got matches now. We got matches off because he realized the mistake he made was waiting. You waited 3 weeks too late to announce the card for All In, and then you started announcing All Out cards as you're promoting All In.
Right. And but you really didn't. But even then, you really didn't even promote it because you only promoted a week prior.
Yeah, it was the week prior.
But Wrestle Dream, we got time. And not to mention Zack Sabre Jr. versus Bryan Danielson. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be real. This might, don't hold me to this. I'm saying might. This might, MSK, baby. This might be the first AEW pay-per-view I pay for.
Nah.
I might
clutching the pearl.
It depends. It depends on the card, but they starting off with heat because I've wanted to see the American Dragon versus Zack Sabre Jr. for like 10 years now. Like best technical pure wrestler in the world versus arguably the greatest wrestler period ever to exist. I need to see it.
Man, we're gonna see some technical wrestling out of this world.
You were going to see. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't even think Bret Hart versus Kurt Angle could give you the amount of technical wrestling that we're about to see.
No,
because they ain't never bigger, stronger, faster. You know what I'm saying?
Factuals, absolute facts. Because we're gonna see a level of athleticism mixed in with the technicality that we've never seen this before. I am beyond. And when I say I mean, I legitimately might buy this pay-per-view. It's especially because is the match for the strong television title?
I
think they just fight.
Oh, you talking about for that TV belt?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
So right now the card is, and I'm excited for 2 matches on there. I'm excited for 3 matches on here. Bryan Danielson versus Zack Sabre Jr., which will probably end up being the main event because MJF and Adam Cole are defending the Ring of Honor tag titles that night. I don't care about that match. Adam Page versus Swerve. And after Swerve chopped and cut up and carved him on the mic, I'm ready to see that match. And we got FTR versus Aussie Open for the AEW World Tag Team titles. If you give me, because we know they bloat their cards. If you give me 10 matches, if you give me 2 more matches of those 3 calibers, I'm about to pay-per-view. You heard it here first. Carlito Cannon will purchase an AEW pay-per-view if I get 5 great matches.
Lies.
And remember,
I'll post the receipt.
First of all, watch your mouth because I ain't no bitch.
And remember, hold on. Hey.
Don't fall again. Exactly. Don't fall no more.
Remember,
my back, my neck, and my back.
We say a lot of things in Beyond the Bell podcast, and most of the time it comes true. But I did call, and hopefully it comes to fruition. Remember when we talked about FTR? And I talked about Aussie Open losing the belts, and I was
you did.
They may, but during that time we was like, well, maybe they'll go on, Dynamite and have a match or whatever. But no, we get into that Wrestle Dream.
Wrestle Dream.
I'm gonna be honest. Okay. If it wasn't in Seattle, I would go.
Seattle is a hype.
Seattle is a hype.
Skip and a jump and a leap.
That was when I listened when we used to leave. Jesus, that's a flight. So for anybody who don't know, when you get your orders to go to Japan in the Navy, that's where you fly to, so you can fly over
to Seattle. Yeah,
that on its own, you got to fly cross country to leave the country. Yeah. Nah, you good, bro. I'm Gucci. Y'all got it. I'm not taking that flight. I'm not taking that flight. Not to mention it's in October. It's probably gonna be rainy as all get out. Yeah. It's gonna be dreary, cold.
And what makes that event even more special? You already have 2 wrestlers that are from Seattle.
Yeah.
That are at least from the state of Washington, which is Swerve and Bryan Daniels.
Swerve.
Yeah.
So and that's Defy market up there. That's all Defy up there.
Yeah. Because he's from Tacoma, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So from Aberdeen.
Yeah. So hey, this is a home, and the beautiful thing about it is we don't have to worry about no hometown hoeouts.
AEW don't really do hoeouts with the hometown.
They don't. Not the hometown. They don't. Look, Eddie Kingston just won last night. So hey, at the crib, bro. But back to your point from earlier. Shout out to Phoenix. That definitely was not the planned finish.
It wasn't.
Couldn't have been.
But I'm upset with him because he hit the move again. that can cuss Knox. Like, why would you hit that again? You could have done anything else.
So Mox was already on Dream Street.
Already from the dive.
He was lean.
Yeah.
He was on Dream Street.
But even with him being on Dream Street, give a shout out to him for calling his own audible.
Right.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
He said, I know my body. I'm out.
And you know what? Hopefully this gives us the break for him because he's deserving of a break. He never got his break. I don't even think they went on a real honeymoon. They went on a quick one and he came back. He deserves a break. We deserve a break from Moxley. So hopefully, he takes some time and heals up properly.
Keyword,
and it looks like the whole BCC is gonna take a break.
Yeah, which would be okay. That would be okay.
Actually, no. We need Wheeler Yuta to go on a singles run and do his thing.
Wheeler Yuta.
Anybody's kidding.
The next AEW world. He's gonna look. I'm telling you.
Don't say that on Beyond the Bell podcast. Don't say that. Do not put that energy into the world. Don't wish that juju on me, Ricky Bobby.
He's gonna beat MJF, okay?
Jesus.
No, yeah, right.
Wheeler Yuta.
Can't do it.
Anywho.
Wheeler Yuta, right?
Anywho. Saraya defeats Toni Storm.
And then the Mickey James kiss joint,
Okay.
Whenever ladies kiss in wrestling, it's always like so random. It's like, why'd you do that?
It's like, look, just like why?
It doesn't come off as what they think. I think they think that the neckbeards are gonna love it. Like the people in the film.
Well, it's not like at home, like because it's not so sexualized anymore.
Not it.
No, wrestling. We don't care about overly sexualized wrestling anymore. We want to see women. We want to see women's professional wrestling. That's what we want to see.
Wrestling.
Yeah. It's still real to me, damn it.
Oh my gosh. I watched that video. That video popped up on my timeline. Thank you guys for all your sacrifices. Like, somebody get this dude a hug.
You know what I'm saying?
He needs it.
My man was you put your bodies on, and the dude was like, dude, calm down.
and also let's give a shout out to a throwback moment that occurred last night.
Whoa, I know what you had
with Sammy Guevara and Chris Jericho. If we could go back,
having him turn on Chris Jericho the same way Chris Jericho turned on Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania in 19.
Hit him with a wink.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Oh, well, hey, if we're gonna give callbacks a moment, shout out to MJF with the Bret Hart
joint. Yeah.
Oh man, yeah.
Like last night was not a terrible episode by any means, but there was a lot of bad, but there was some good too.
There was good callbacks. There was some good like setups. Some memories just modernized. Excuse me.
Modernized.
Look, I'm sorry.
I
look.
mean, last night the setup was good, but the finish.
The finish wasn't. Yeah.
It was like they couldn't hit the X in 2K.
Like
they couldn't.
We got the crowd pumping when Eddie won the belt. All right, we're here, and then you lay the egg.
Skadoosh.
Yeah, we need you to be consistent, baby.
Yeah,
not let off so quickly. I think that's it for AEW, honestly.
We really
actually no, it's not. Black, your CM Punk news.
Oh, the CM Punk news in regards to the possible legal litigations that could be taking place between CM Punk, AEW, and Tony Khan as a whole. That's a story that's brewing. Whether it continues or not, we'll see. But either way, there's wrong on both sides.
Oh yeah, for sure.
There's wrong on both sides.
Absolutely.
And everybody's keeping Jack Perry on the low. You know what I mean?
That man in high.
They're not saying too much.
That man is a ghost right now.
It's like somebody told him. If y'all ever watched The Wire, it's like your man told Weebay, "Yo, I need you to go to Philly for a couple days,
out of sight, out of mind.
We stay out of sight." Yeah, you know what I mean. So we can handle whatever we handle here. and then try to sneak you back in. That's what it looks like to me. I don't think they're going to let him go. I don't think he's going to be released or nothing like that.
Nah.
But it's still a developing story between CM Punk, Tony Khan, AEW. Who was in the right, who was in the wrong? Was there a breach of contract between AEW and Tony Khan? Who knows? That's something we just gonna have to learn, later on down the road. But that's pretty much my CM Punk story for tonight's episode on that matter.
Yeah, if you haven't already checked it out, go ahead, check out our episode of Fall from Grace. If you haven't already caught up on all the CM Punk news, go tap that video, give it a like, give it a comment, share it with your friends. But most definitely, I just feel like it just needs to come to an end. It needs to come to an end.
Does that pending litigation,
if it's true, because
if it's true, does that pending litigation put a little bit of pause on the rumors of a WWE return? Like, would they even entertain possibly bringing him back if they know there's some type of litigation coming through?
No, because why would you want to bring that? You come back and you have to battle that while you're back on our network. We don't want anything to do with that. We don't want to feel that. We don't want the backlash. We don't want the negativity, because we all know when the negativity comes in, it affects your mentality, it affects your mental, your physical.
I got dazed just now.
I
mean, because the question is, because he just did an interview on an MMA show, and he said, "I'm free for the next 2 months." What happens in 2 months?
Who knows? I mean,
where is Survivor Series?
In Chicago.
But it can all be a ruse, CM
Punk
could be.
It could be.
He knows how to just.
He knows how to work.
To get you talking.
He knows how to work.
But it would not be a bad. Well, excuse me. Let me not say that. It would.
No, go ahead. No. Say no. I agree with the exact way he was about to say it. Say it that way.
It would not be a bad move to bring CM Punk back to the E, because it is business. It is going to generate money, especially with you and TKO just becoming a conglomerate. UFC, TKO, and initially there was supposed to be a clause that was put in that neither side can interact or go to either side. But if Vince gets out of power, they now avoid that. Now you have a lot that you can pull from. So, and then the acclamation of CM Punk, that's going to be fine. You already got Montez saying that he wouldn't mind working with Punk.
Secondary word of the acclamation. Yeah. Love that.
Loved it.
Love it.
But D, go ahead. What you think? What's your thoughts on that? Is it good for business?
Anything. Understand something. Y'all know I am Mr. WCW, which means I rock with Eric Bischoff's train of thought 9 times out of 10. Controversy creates cash. I am all for CM Punk coming back to the E. Do I want to see him there? No. I genuinely do not. I could not care less about watching anything related to CM Punk. I didn't care about his AEW run. I didn't care. Like, he came in, he did what he did. There was some moments like him using his, going back to the Ring of Honor theme and bringing out the white truck.
Yeah.
There was some moments. The dog collar match was great.
Yeah.
Didn't care about any of the Moxley matches. Loved the interaction of FTR and CM Punk. Now, and you got to remember, I've been to AEW shows live, so I saw Punk, Sting, and Darby team. I have no issues with CM Punk. I just genuinely don't care to see anything that he's doing anymore, because there's been such a long history of distractions.
Mm-hmm.
But I would be lying if I said I don't think business-wise,
it'll be perfect.
He would not have the #1 selling shirt on the company. Like, I'm sorry, not on the company, on the planet, if he didn't return to the E. CM Punk going back to the E in Chicago at Survivor Series would break the WWE shop website.
Indio was chanting CM Punk's name during freaking Natalya and I think whose match did Natalya go when they were in Superstar Spectacle?
Oh, never mind.
I didn't even watch that.
Yeah, it was on. Yeah, it was on Twitter. Excuse me, X.
X.
It was on X. Yeah. So I was like,
Did they broadcast Superstar Spectacle?
no. It was
Okay,
yeah, it was just
I
like a
thought it was
live
supposed
event.
to be on Peacock, and then it didn't. So Punk brings
Mystique
drama. He brings baggage, but he brings viewers.
and injuries. Don't forget the injuries.
Yeah, don't forget the injuries. He brings viewers, but he also brings a mind for the business that, when matched with Paul Levesque, would be
And a Paul Heyman.
would be phenomenal television.
They can really
Punk coming back. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna say this.
put him as a producer. Bump it.
There's only one way I want Punk coming back, and I don't know their contract length right now. If FTR was to come back with him eventually, I'd be fine with him coming, because I need FTR versus DIY again. I need FTR versus this Usos. I need FTR versus the New Day. I need FTR versus the Viking Raiders. I need FTR versus Brutus and Julius Creed.
Now that would be a slapper.
I need that match.
Not now.
You can roll inside all you want, Black.
But
you can do it all you want. But understand something: the Creed brothers are this generation Steiners, and I'm all the way here for a Steiners versus Brainbusters match. I'm all for it.
I'm gonna have to watch the Creed brothers, because the last time I saw the Creed brothers, they were not good.
So when's the last time you watched the Creed?
It's been a minute.
Oh Lord! Wait! You didn't watch? You didn't watch the Creed versus Schism's cage match?
No, I saw the one. You talking about the one where he power bombed him with the one? Yeah, I saw the highlight of that. Yeah.
Oh no, you gotta watch the match. You have to understand. You gotta understand. Diamond Mine Creeds are not the Creeds we have today.
That's what I'm talking about.
We don't have no. Those you haven't. No. Not okay. Roderick Strong and them and Malcolm Bivens. Those Creeds are so far forgotten now.
Okay.
Like those guys, I don't even remember those Creeds. Like that's how I am. But you remember how I was about American Alpha and DIY?
Yeah.
That's how I am about the Creeds right now. That's how much they've elevated. And it's Julius. Brutus he's a good, strong, but
he's there.
He's there. But if Julius ever gets a push,
that man going to the moon.
The moon. What's past the moon? Like that man.
Yeah.
That boy got something. He got something special about him.
That boy is bad.
That's a bad boy.
You know what I'm saying?
But if Punk decides to want to come back, I definitely need FTR to come with him, and I need Ricky Starks.
I need Ricky.
Because I need Ricky versus Grayson Waller. I need Ricky versus Austin Theory. I need Ricky versus Carmelo Hayes. I need Ricky versus Wes Lee.
Wes Lee gone.
We don't know where Wes Lee. We'll talk about that on another episode. I need Ricky Starks versus.
Ooh, never mind.
Who else?
I was about to say, shoot. Never mind. Dragon Lee's gonna get it, or either they put.
I would be fire. Oh my god, a Ricky Starks and Dragon Lee match would be fire.
Yeah.
Oh, Ricky Starks and Ilya Dragunov, like that. Ricky Starks versus Tyler Bate and versus Pete Dunne.
Well, do you put Ricky on NXT?
Ricky goes immediately to NXT. Immediately, and I'm gonna tell you why. Ricky is a guy that once Ilya has this next run, because I do believe that Ilya Dragunov is going to beat Carmelo Hayes.
For sure. I pray.
Ooh, but you're right.
Ricky Starks is a guy that could come in, and because of his charisma and magnetism, he's one of those guys that you could paint to be a kryptonite or a foil to Ilya, because he's so different than anybody that Ilya's, you might as well say, has ever faced.
Right.
He's never faced anybody like a Ricky Starks. So you give Ilya that long run, and then Ricky comes in and he just throws Ilya off, and and NXT is needing of a superstar like a Ricky Starks, somebody who is young, can do the mic work. Ricky's also Ricky reminds me of a young Eli Drake. He's got everything that you need to be able to be in the press, to be able to do
the Cody Power
media.
Got the what?
He might get the Cody Power budget.
Oh,
yeah,
he might. He got it in AEW.
But
you know what I'm saying?
And I think Ricky's run in AEW, it's been a pretty decent run. It's just
cool.
Where do you go with him next? Because would you have mind Bryan Danielson taking an L in that match and elevating Ricky even more? That could have been a
I would not have minded it at all.
I don't mind it.
Because I like Ricky Starks. He's one of my favorites in AEW. Well,
one of my favorites. Now, if they're going to put a rocket on him eventually, he can stay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's just so because eventually you got to give Adam Cole his run. You got to give Jay White a run. Like there's so much there already that it's like I don't want him staying. I don't want Ricky staying and not getting anything.
Right. I
don't want him to be AJ Styles. I don't want him to have that 12-year career in one company where he's done some stuff, but he could have come sooner. Because let's be honest, don't get me wrong, the AJ Styles we got when he came was phenomenal. Loved it. Hey, I was cool with it. But if we could have got 07 AJ Styles in
the run with a God Cena, a Trips, a Shawn and AJ Styles match.
Not a Shawn and AJ Styles match. An 07 ballhead Randy Orton versus AJ Styles match.
Yeah.
Come on, dog. Come on. So I don't want that for Ricky. I want Ricky to come in and or wherever he go. You said what?
A Batista versus AJ Styles match.
Because look, AJ knew how to work with big men and
that would have been it.
AJ Styles versus AJ Styles versus an in prime Undertaker.
Hey,
bruh.
AJ Styles versus Edge.
Mark Henry.
I would have look. He could have worked. He could have worked with a Mark. He could have worked with a Mark Henry. Oh, Jericho. When Jericho was still Jerichoing. Oh my God.
It's a lot.
There's a lot that we missed out on, and I don't want Ricky Starks to do that. I don't want him coming in with an older Montez Ford and I want him, if he's gonna come in and get his work, because realistically, he's worked with everybody he can basically work with in AEW. Like, not saying that there aren't still guys there, but you've already put him with Punk. You had him work with Jericho. He's worked with Paige, right?
Yeah, he's worked with MJF.
Yeah, you know he did. You're talking about Brian Cage, right? Or Christian Cage?
No, Paige.
No, Paige.
Oh, Paige.
I don't think
that might be his last.
I don't think he has.
I don't think he had. That might be the last person.
But who's clamoring to do?
Exactly. Now, if you're gonna do like with he's heel now, so you can't do it right now. But if you're gonna do like a heel Ricky versus like a Malachi or something like that, then that's cool. But he's basically worked with everybody he can work with in AEW.
Yeah.
Unless you start flipping dynamics and but I want, and this is of course again because there's people in WWE that I actually would want to see in AEW too. Don't get me wrong. Like I don't want anybody thinking that I just want WWE to come poach all of AEW's talent. There's people in the E that I would definitely want, and a couple of those people were released today.
I was about to speak on that too.
A couple of those people were released today. Top Dollar, go to AEW, brother. Head to AEW and go join Mogul. Go ahead.
Can I hit
you and Swerve together initially?
Yeah,
was fire. You need to go. Dana Brooke, go to AEW because their fans are gonna. AEW fans are going to appreciate you in a way that WWE fans didn't, and I'm sick of it. I'm tired of the Dana Brooke disrespect. We want to talk about y'all want to see people get better in ring, and that woman cut her teeth and did everything she could to get better. Just because you don't watch main event and you don't see matches that really should be on the main roster, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous.
And off camera, I said I'm not going to bash Dana Brooke, and I'm not going to bash any other wrestler that's been released, because this is their livelihood. You know what I mean? We're not in the business of, well, so and so should have got a release. Well, why they didn't get released, man? That's not the business we need to be in.
That's not the business we in.
Because
that's not the business
we, you know what I'm saying? Just think if we were in their shoes and, you know, we're sitting here getting that phone call, hey, guess what? You're being released.
It's a
you know
job.
what I mean? Like, there's no severance package. There's no severance that's coming your way. There's none of that. You know, this is their livelihood. This is what they bust their tail for each and every day. And, you know, and just like, Carlito said, man, Dana Brooke has cut her teeth from 2013 to now. In this business, regardless if she was good, not good, if you didn't like her or you did like her, whatever the case may be, she made sure that she put in the work, you know. So with that being said, man, yeah, I agree. You know, if she goes to AEW, hell, she can go to Impact. You know what I mean? And
she would be amazing in Impact. She'd be amazing in Impact.
Because they put
women
actually put emphasis on their women's division.
Aaliyah can
if you want Dana Brooke to get better, put her in there with Deonna Purrazzo and watch her work and see what happened.
You can
put her in there with Mickey James and see what happened.
Like
there's another name. There's three names that there are three names that got released that I would love to see in AEW. Mace, Mansoor, and Dolph Ziggler. Those three in AEW, I'm absolutely all for it. We talked about it off camera. I said I would prefer Dolph in Impact, but I'm okay with him going to AEW, especially if you're going to throw him in a tag team with his brother. Yeah. There. It's a prime story right there. And two was saying it. That's a prime story right there.
And he's already been on BTE episodes.
Right. And I think
if you want somebody that can come in and battle Christian real quick for the TNT title, hey, bam, Dolph. Great, right there. But there's a couple of people that I would love to see go to AEW.
What about Mustafa?
Mustafa is definitely
a guy. He's a guy I can see coming in and making a big splash in the international championship with the way he flies his flag for his country.
Yeah,
he could come in and him and Phoenix could have a fire match.
Yeah,
Mustafa definitely belongs. You know what? Mustafa's one of those guys. Actually, though, I probably would put in Ring of Honor.
Ooh.
I would probably put him in Ring of Honor and have him help build them up.
Yeah.
And have him pull double duty, AEW as well. Like, have him come in and win an international title and go and defend it on. Because I wouldn't put him as the pure champ because he doesn't fit the mold of a pure champ.
No.
He's not, he's not that guy. I'm trying to think of anybody purely wrestling related that could possibly go over there. There's another name I would love to see go to AEW. Actually, you know what? No. I want Dabba-Kato in Impact. That's where I want
him. They released Dabba-Kato.
Yeah, they released Dabba-Kato. I'm so upset about it. I want Dabba-Kato in either Impact or I want him in MLW. Because Dabba-Kato and Hammerstone, give me what I want.
Yeah.
But there's a good couple of names. So I don't want the misconception that Carlito Cannon, you're a WWE mark. No, I love wrestling. Y'all know this. I would love to see some names in AEW. But the issue is AEW's roster is already as bloated as it is.
And that's what I said. I said off camera, man. I was like, right now, AEW needs to take care of AEW.
Yes.
There doesn't need to be any call-ups. If you're going to do one, it will be Adam Copeland. If you're going to do it, then do that.
Who?
Edge.
Oh, Edge. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, Adam Copeland.
Yeah. If you're going to do that, then do that. But everything else, put that on the back burner for now.
Yeah, for now. Absolutely. But it's been a big week. I don't see Phoenix winning. I don't see Phoenix holding that belt long.
Oh no.
I just can't see. You know what I mean? Like it don't make sense for him to be. You all right over there too?
Yeah, I'm good. I stepped on something on the floor. I wasn't ready.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, I know you wasn't ready. I wasn't either. Somebody breaking in? You good?
We good. We good.
Look, yeah, you know. But like Black said, there's some stability issues in AEW right now that need to be worked out. But I am all for some of these names that have been released going. Masay and Mansoir going. I'm cool with it because they are already a credible tag team. But the model gimmick would work better in AEW.
They can link up with
if
that
they decide.
Peacock man.
Bang.
What's his name? I can't think.
Dalton Castle.
Dalton Castle.
Yeah,
Castle.
the Peacock
Bam.
man.
Bam. But there's a lot of names. I'm not gonna go into all of the names because there's a lot. Because a lot of people have been released today. But yeah, Mustafa definitely though. Absolutely. And Tennille Dashwood, Ring of Honor. Absolutely. Send her to Ring of Honor.
Are we gonna do Ring of Honor? Because I said off camera, I said I can see her back in Impact. That was like her. That was like her good. That was like one of her major runs.
Yeah, that's when that thing was set.
Said respect.
Yeah. Can I continue again? Shelton Benjamin. I would love to see him as a producer in AEW.
Yeah, I agree.
I'd love, maybe he could bring some. He could slow them down and teach them the art of storytelling in ring. I'd absolutely love to see him go to AEW. Kayla put out a tweet that says, "Some of you are sad sacks of." For anyone to say that they're glad certain people are losing their jobs, or for you to tweet that you hope one of us gets it next, I hope karma hits you harder than the most devastating wrestling move ever could. That's so gross. Be better. Some of you neck-bearded incel wrestling fans y'all need to stay in the basement, and I hope your mom's internet bill gets so astronomical that she cuts off your service, because you have no business talking or speaking about anything in the industry anymore. Like, the level of disgust I have for some of the fans. Oh, well, I hope such and such. Like, for years, I kept seeing people say they hope Aaliyah gets cut, and now she got cut, and they're celebrating it. That's like Black said, that's their livelihood, bro.
Yeah.
Like, at what point do you grow up and But that's the thing. Some people have never been challenged to grow up because they still live in mommy's basement. So, hey, it is what it is. I know we're all armchair bookers. I know we all passionate about certain people, but at the end of the day, it's never fun to see anyone lose their career. No. And the beautiful thing about there being so much wrestling right now, is it hard to keep up with all of it sometimes? Absolutely, but there's always an opportunity for some others to go some places and work. Tennille Dashwood actually might fit better in NWA, Black.
Who?
Tennille. She might fit better. She might be a good opponent for Camille.
Well, Camille not champ no more.
Yeah, I know. Which is wild to me because
she held the belt forever.
I don't remember what it was like when she wasn't champ. Like,
that's like pre-COVID.
She put up, how many days did she put up as champ?
Was she 3 years?
She was champ for almost 3 full years. Let me see, Camille Brickhouse. Because I remember she was just the manager for Nick Aldis, and then out of nowhere, she just exploded.
Good old nigga Aldis.
Where is he going? So it's crazy though, because she's married to Tom Latimer.
Yeah.
But I never really put that together.
Yeah. So I think she used to date Braun too back in the day.
I think so.
Strowman or Breaker?
Strowman.
Bro. She was champ for 813 days.
Whoa.
That's unprecedented for a woman. Whoa. So let's clap it over time for the reign of Camille that we didn't know ended the way it did. Good 813.
I mean,
the Florida area code.
She was champion during the pandemic too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
813 days. And who she beat for that belt?
Who knows?
Was it Thunder Rosa?
I don't know.
I
like I said, I don't remember what it was like when she wasn't champ.
Yeah, that is true.
She won
We
Yep.
grew up watching.
No, she beat Thunder Rosa to become the #1 contender.
Okay.
And then she beat Serena Deeb.
Serena Deeb. Okay.
She beat Serena Deeb.
That's who.
Which is amazing
That's
too.
who need AEW division. They need her. They need her back.
Yeah. They need her back immediately.
They need her back.
There's a lot that needs to be going on, but at the end of the day, I want wrestling to stay. It's weird because we all came up. Trigger came up, but we all remember the Attitude Era. Yeah. Remember how high profile wrestling was.
Yeah.
It seems like we're in that era again where mainstream wise wrestling is getting back to that kind of status, especially with this TKO merger and the amount of coverage that wrestling superstars are getting. I just want us to stay elevated, keep pushing upward and keep it being a conglomerate, because when there was only one company and we didn't have nothing else to watch, and I remember the dark days. That's all.
The dark days when a company didn't have to put up much of a fight. Mm-hmm. It was like, we're just gonna do whatever we want to do because they're gonna come and watch anyway. It doesn't matter.
Exactly.
Them was some dark days, bro. That 08, 09, 2010-ish part of. Woo!
Yeah, it was tough. But now we got streaming services, we got social media. We're back, like we said before, man. We're back in the territory days in a way. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is watching, or the truest fan. You know what I'm saying? We're watching all types of wrestling, all type of organizations. Like we know stars that casual fans don't know stars, they don't know who these stars are. Mm-hmm. But we hope that, one day they go out and they learn, there is other wrestling organizations out here that provide just as much talent, just as much, production. When I say production, but their matches overall are fantastic. Just don't shoot them down because they're not the AEWs or the WWEs, you know what I mean, or the New Japans or the Impacts. You know what I mean? Everybody got to fight in this thing, man, and everybody puts on the show the best way that they can.
Is there anybody that's been released that you would like to go see? Yeah,
Bushmouth.
We said it was the Chop and Screw.
Chop and Screw. Is there anybody that's been released that you would like to see go to New Japan? Gosh, that one was tough to get out. Woo!
That's been released from these releases right now?
Yeah.
Riddick Moss.
Ooh.
I want to see him go to like AEW or Impact or something like that. But he could do good in.
I could see him.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's for him.
But you know what though? Because they don't have many guys that look like him in New Japan either. Ooh, that might be interesting. They would just recruit him for the Bullet Club. Sure. You are what that's what they would do, bro. Let's be real.
Hey, look, a Bullet Club is just what I mean.
It's what it is.
It is what it is. They were built as that stable. That they're supposed to be an American stable. That's just what it was, or not necessarily American stable. What was it? What they call it? A Western.
A Western, whatever.
That's what it's supposed to have been, but
whatever.
I don't.
Once again, and if you missed the last episode, shout out one more time to our real fan of the month, Bree Melvin. Shout out for all the support. We appreciate you, y'all. We're watching. We're looking at your comments. We're looking at the engagements. We're seeing who's watching. Rock with us, because you never know who might be picked out next and what's coming.
Might be you.
Might be you. But give Beyond the Bell podcast a like, follow, share, subscribe. We're on X now. Beyond the Bell podcast at BTB Iconics with a Z. Beyond the Bell podcast was already taken. They wouldn't let it. I was so mad. I was tight. And so was Beyond the Bell, which we're coming for our name. I don't know We're coming for our name. I'm just letting y'all know. Blackout, let people know where they can find you at, my boy.
So, you can find me on Instagram at blackout_Jones. You can also find me on X at Joker Driver 514. And don't worry about Facebook at the moment. We'll get back to that, at a later day. So
God,
let's just keep it like that. But also, don't forget, don't just comment, under, our Beyond the Bell podcast Facebook channel. Also make these comments in the YouTube as well. You know what I'm saying? We really want to know your thoughts, with our episodes. We don't really get too much feedback. We really want that. We really want you, want to know what you think, saying about the episode. What are your thoughts? You know what I mean? So we can also come back and comment as well and have some type of dialogue, so definitely
absolutely.
do that.
We love y'all. We love the hashtag fans, and we want y'all to reach out. We want to talk to y'all, man. Absolutely. So comment under the videos, comment on the TikTok videos, comment on our individual channels. Let us know that you rocking with us, because we rock with y'all. Trigger, let them know where to find you at.
Y'all can already know to find me on IG at official OVO Sound _11. You can find me on X, which is Latrell Wade. And you can catch me on my personal website. It'll be skmodeling.com. Again, that's skmodeling.com. And just Facebook, that's only for the friends and family. So that's where we at.
Mr. 211, let them know.
You know where I'm at on that Instagram at manofsteel_BTB. That's the only place you need to know where I'm at. Don't worry about me on X.
Don't. I know we say it every week. Don't worry about him on X.
Change your name to the Rated R Superstar for real.
I mean, we probably need to. You can find me on X at Carlito Cannon. You can find me on Instagram at Carlito_Cannon. Don't worry about the book. Holla at me on TikTok, Carlito Cannon. Find us once again, like I said, we are now on X, we on TikTok, we on IG, we're on Facebook, Beyond the Bell Podcast. Like, follow, subscribe, share, copy and paste, whatever you got to do to let us know you rocking with us. Do it. We appreciate all the support. Fall from Grace to CM Punk episode is our #1 viewed episode. We want to keep pushing and keep escalating and keep elevating as well. So y'all make sure that y'all following and rocking with us. Until next time.
And before we go, follow us on Spotify.
Oh yes, I'm so sorry, y'all. I feel like I'm slacking. Spotify, Beyond the Bell Podcast, Apple Podcast coming soon. Does Google have a thing? It does. We need to get on there. Oh, and you know what? And actually, go ahead while I have y'all here. Go ahead and follow us on the Twitch, Beyond the Bell Podcast. We coming. Once we start shooting our live episodes, we will also be streaming to Twitch. So go ahead, so y'all can go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Get your boy some coins. Get you some emotes. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate the love. But nah, seriously though, we really appreciate everybody that's been rocking with us. It's been an arduous process trying to get everything lined up so that we can continue to bring you amazing content. But I promise y'all, we will not disappoint. And y'all can catch us next week. Same BTB time, same BTB channel. Carolina Wrestling Cartel, we out. Why? Why?
You'll float too.
What? Like, why?
He doesn't know.
Man, cut the stream.
Honcho, you so motherfucking goated.
Acknowledge me when I enter the ring. We the ones that I miss when you trying to king.